Hey, everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. This is a bonus episode, guys, and this is exciting. So, I have today Megan O'Brien. She is the founder of Ring My Bell. Okay, I met Megan through our mutual friend, Kate Casey. You guys know Kate. Megan is the founder of a beauty company. So, it involves makeup artists and hairstylists and spray tanners and stuff that will come to your door. It's incredible. I'm going to be using them myself for BravoCon. Okay, Megan, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very
Are
much, Mary Payne.
Okay, tell me about Ring My Bell because like this model of makeup artists and things coming to you, I think kind of got popular for the general public as an idea from watching Housewives. Because we're like, wait, I could have somebody come and do my makeup too?
Yeah, so I thought that was just a natural progression was to work with the housewives. And so I work with Meredith, Cynthia, Luann, Gretchen, and Gertie. And
Incredible. What an
and I
incredible group.
yeah, because you might not be able to and I mean, let's be honest, can they really afford the Hermes bag either? I don't know. It depends what
Yeah.
you read, right? So,
Yeah.
maybe you can't have their bag or you can't have, a butler, but you can
Yeah.
you can get a blowout. You can get a blowout. So I
Yeah.
felt like to kind of make democratize, if you will, having a beauty squad come to your house. We all need it. And when people would say, well, who is your client? I'd say a woman with a head is my client.
Yeah. Right.
We all have had, maybe you're not going to go to a premiere, but you do have your daughter might have a prom, or you have a wedding or a hot date, or XYZ, or maybe it's Tuesday and you just want to blow out to last you for the week, there.
Yeah.
But everybody should have the same access. It shouldn't be something that you have to live in a special zip code to have.
Mhm, mhm. So your company, you do have lots of housewives that are investors, and we're talking about this because this is coming out on Thursdays, which is when I do my Bravo episodes, and I was like, "Well, this is a perfect, tie-in to talk about it because you do have these housewives that are investors." And tell everybody what you're doing at BravoCon. Okay, you guys know I'm going to BravoCon, and I went the last couple of years as well, and it is they have all the panels and stuff, guys, at BravoCons and the rooms you can go into and meet and the photo ops and all that, but they also have all these booths. And I'd say 90% of them are selling housewives somehow related products. So you're going to have a booth at BravoCon for your makeup artist, but tell everybody exactly what we're doing with the selfies and all that because I think it's a great idea.
Okay, I have never been to BravoCon before, but the complaint that I would hear from everyone is waiting in line. Like,
Yes.
okay, I have to meet this one, I have to do this one. So this is really a very VIP perk. We only
Mm,
have it for the first 200 people to do it because I don't want to overwhelm my housewife investors, and I don't want it to be like so quick that you don't get your selfie, and I don't want a line. So this is a very VIP perk. If you
mm.
go to Ring My Bell, and Bell has an E at the end of it for Southern Belle or Beautiful Belle, you go to ringmybell.com, get a hair and a makeup, and at checkout, where the promo code is, put in the name Meredith or Gretchen or Luann or Gertie, or who am I missing? God, this is going to get me in
Gertie,
trouble.
Meredith, Luann, Cynthia, Gretchen.
Cynthia, oh my God, how and
Yeah.
I Cynthia Bailey, oh my gosh, she's the OG. Puts
Yeah.
and we will. So you put that in your checkout. You book your hair and makeup. You need hair and makeup anyway. You don't have to get it for BravoCon. You can get this hair and makeup for your wedding next year or your daughter's prom or any. You can get it whatever. I don't care.
It
I
could be
just
for a
need
future time.
total. You can have this for a
Yeah.
future time. We are national. We are not in Alaska, so sorry, Anchorage, but everywhere else we are. Okay. So just book your hair and makeup, put the housewife who is my investor that you want to meet in the checkout. Then someone from our team is going to get back to you and tell you what time they are going to be at our Lash Bar, where we're launching Viva Lash Vegas. But we're not telling the public. Like, we're not telling, we don't want a big, huge cluster. So I am not going to say, hey, world, come and meet Cynthia at 2 o'clock at Saturday. It's not going to work like
Right.
that. Like, you have to be on the list to be told, because I don't want to stampede. I don't want, this is a VIP perk. So this is like, and here's the deal. You're going to have your hair and makeup done, right? So you're going to look really good for your selfie. So there you go. And there's your Christmas card for next year. For
It's
this year.
interesting talking about the stampedes. It is interesting because 2 years ago when we were there and the year before when we were in New York, it would just be like there's this certain door and you knew when it opened, one of the housewives is coming out. Like I'll give an example, like Shannon Bedore came out when she was doing that lemon tincture product. And so you're standing near her booth, you know, eventually she's coming. And then you would see this door like really far away in the convention hall open and all these people around. And Shannon would be coming, you know, with people all around her. And people were like screaming and trying to grab her and trying to like take pictures like over the security that was walking her
Wow, that's
to her
something.
booth. And then she just goes and stands in her booth and holds the product and people just walk by and take pictures. So it can be a stampede. So like if people
Wow.
knew that, Meredith is going to be there
Yes.
Friday at this time, then yeah, you're right. It would be like hundreds of people. So you kind of have to have the appointment. Yeah.
You have to, yeah, you have to have the appointment because I have to have it also. I need it in by November 11th, guys, because I have to work with their team and all these women's teams. So we have to, because Bravo works them like workhorses, like they are running from
Yeah.
one channel to another. So I have to make sure, that this is a good time for them. And then don't worry, we will literally let you know what time they're going to be there. But this is a perk. Like it's not going to be on my website, or this is like an insider deal.
Yeah, and you posted it on your Instagram on, Ring My Bell, and I posted it on mine too, just so you can see what
And
it's about. And again, you guys you can book a hair and makeup, but it could be for next year, but as long as you've got it booked, then you can get this perk of this fun selfie. On this list, I'm looking of who I've met in person. I met Cynthia once. I met Meredith once, had an actual conversation, and I have had like a full dinner with Luann. She probably doesn't remember. It was in 2019. Had a full dinner at the Soho House in LA with my friend
oh,
Eliza Rosen. You know Eliza Rosen?
how
Um,
would I know her? Just for
she's a podcast producer and she's friends with Kate. So I thought, but
uh,
she knew Luann and we were in town. So we went to dinner with her.
oh, fun.
And yeah, and so all of these women, I can't say any of them that I've met in person in these situations where they're being paid to be there to be nice. Um, I've never run across one housewife that was like rude or like hurry or this is annoying. They're always so generous with their time and so nice. And they always know the best angles for the selfie so that you look good too, because this is their
Right,
job.
right,
So I
exactly.
think it's a great tell me about the lash bar because my lashes always need help.
Okay, so Mary Payne really loves working with Bravo, and I hope they send you so many streamers and things because we're just the best.
Good
I
luck.
have had I actually have had kind of a hard time with NBC and Bravo because
Shocking.
yeah, to try to figure out what I was going to have in my bar. And
Mhm.
I am a woman business owner, and this isn't a huge business. Like this is me. And I have like assistants, but like, this is we're not talking about like some huge company here. I have Unilever, and Johnson & Johnson does not own me. So
Right.
um I can't compete with, millions and millions of dollars of budgets. And it's just not going to happen. So I had to come up with something that I could do at our BravoCon bar
Yeah.
because I was told hair that was not going to happen. I can't, again, these are huge, massive companies. And we were saying a little bit of gossip. BravoCon makes almost as much money for NBC as the Super Bowl. So these are like kind of the budgets you're competing with.
Yeah. Yeah, I could tell you from just even trying to get like a high noon that costs $16. I mean, everything is so expensive.
It's
Yes.
expensive, and it's very expensive to be there. So they were saying, well, what are you going to sell in your booth, or what are you going to do in your booth? And I had to come up with something. And I said, really on the spot, I said, well, that's where we're going to have a lash bar, and that's where we're launching Viva Lash Vegas. I'm like,
Mhm.
I didn't have any lashes. So then
Oh.
no, I didn't have any lashes. So I said Viva Lash Vegas. And then I thought, well, for people that don't want to have these like really glamour Vegas eyes, I need to come up with something else. So what I have on right now is I have on the C-suite, SEESWEET. And the C-suite is like for the day, for
Yeah.
Zooms. You know, if you don't necessarily want to look like a showgirl, you know, the office 9 to 5, but you want to look a little more awake, then that's the C-suite. So we have a night lash and we have a day lash, and then we have our very talented makeup artists. A lot of our makeup artists, by the way, especially the girls in our booth, 100% the girls in our booth, I can tell you, have worked on almost all of the housewives. So they're going to be
Cool.
the ones doing the smoky eyes with our director, Vivian Summers, who is amazing. So that's kind of the backdrop, you know, for our booth, and it's going to be fun. And
So that is, you can just come to that booth and do that, and that has nothing to do with the selfies, because that's like a special
right,
thing that you have to
that's
know
a
about.
special thing
Yes.
that you have to know about. That's the hair makeup, yeah. And our hair, all of our stylists they're interviewed, they're auditioned, they're background checked. I've been working on this company and staffing this company for 2 years. We really are in every major city. If by some weird chance we're not in I would say we are within 10 miles of every major city. If we're not for some reason in your city, I will find you somebody. Like I personally will find you a great talented, that is my promise to you. Please don't hear this podcast and then book it in 1 hour if you live 4 hours outside of somewhere in North Dakota, because that's going to be hard. But you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we can work with you here. And I had the idea. So I was telling Mary Payne that I have spent some time in the South, because my idea when I was launching this website, so it's a website, Ring My Bell, and Bell is like Southern Belle with the E at the end, ringmybell.com, and we have an app. It's on the App Store around
Okay.
So it's like Uber, but instead of a car, you know, you get your stylist, your makeup artist,
Okay. Nice.
or your spray tanner. And my genius idea was, I am going to go and I'm going to really test this in a small market. I'm going to go and test it in Charleston, South Carolina. I'd been living in LA for 26 years. The crime was not getting better here, and I needed a break. So I went down to Charleston and I said, you know what, this is like the number 1 or number 2 spot for people to get married in America.
Yes. It's so
And
beautiful.
so
Yes.
many bachelorette parties. And I was like, oh
Yes.
my gosh, I'm going to do my beta testing here. I'm going to live here. I'm going to make a killing. It's going to be amazing. By the way, I've made friends with like everybody that's on Southern Charm. So I
Yes.
love them too. And they're all clients. So that's
Yeah.
great. So here I am with this new business, and I launched my business only to find out my business is illegal in South Carolina, in Charleston. Yeah. So I was like, wait, what year is it? So the law was, and I was able to change it for makeup artists. I wasn't able to change it for hairdressers. So we operate illegal. I'm like Meyer Lansky. I have an illegal business in Charleston, but I've put so much like pressure on them. We were in People magazine and national news and everything that they kind of have laid off a little bit. But I was shocked to find out that if you're a cosmetologist, i.e. woman, and you work outside a brick and mortar salon in South Carolina, you can lose your license. However, if you are a barber, i.e. a man, you can work wherever you want, and that's fine.
Okay. So like Madison on Southern Charm is a hairstylist, but so she goes to Patricia's house sometimes and does her hair. You're saying she could
Yeah,
lose her license over that?
that's illegal. So I don't think I don't know that Patricia's paying her. And also, I was trying to kind of shame South Carolina with my People magazine article. So People magazine did a big article that said, beauty app founder goes to change sexist South Carolina law. And I thought these men would go, oh God, that's horrible, and change. And instead they doubled down, and they were really mad that I called them sexist. And it was a whole thing. So Madison is fabulous. And Madison told me that she gets offers all the time from
Mhm.
brides that are literally like, I will pay you $15,000 to do my hair and makeup. Like, my dream is for Madison to do
Ye
my wedding. And she turns them down because it's like, she can't because of who she is.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
That's fascinating. That's fascinating. So Madison can go to Patricia's house and do her hair as long as she's not getting paid.
correct.
But if Patricia came to her salon, then it would be fine. Like, that's wild. That's a crazy law, but I mean, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm back in LA now. I was in Charleston for 2 years. I did my best fighting it, but I couldn't win. So I'm back in LA, but they don't bother me. I have to say, like, nobody is going to be arrested, and we do hair and makeup all the time in Charleston. So
Okay. You heard
I
it here
don't,
first, guys. She's a
yeah.
lawbreaker.
I am a lawbreaker. They know that about me, though, because I told them when I was testifying, I said, I just want you to all know that before I sat here, I broke the law. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, I had hair and makeup come to my hotel. And they just kind of laughed, but because it's so ridiculous. But you know what? I don't know. I couldn't change it. So
It is so ridiculous, and it's so like, why are we gonna double down on this? Like,
I
this is what's so
know.
important? Or do we have bigger problems in the world?
Yeah, you would
Oh
think.
my gosh. Well, okay. So you've met all these housewives
Yes.
and you've met them all through your business. Have you ever been on a housewife show like in the background?
No, I have not. So Sutton, so I've been in LA for 26 years before I went to Charleston, and I'm very close to Beverly Hills, and at one point lived in Beverly Hills, and so I know all of them. You know what I mean? Like, I see them at dinner, or it's Beverly Hills is a small place, right? So like, I'd see Lisa and I'd see Kyle. It's kind of, you kind of run in the same. I don't run in the Bravo circle, but like, you all go to the same restaurants. You all go to the
Yeah, right.
same charities, the same parties. It's not that big of a deal, and they're all lovely. I haven't had any kind of issue with any of them. I have never been on the show. My company has been on the show, funny enough, not from an investor, but Sutton reached out, and she was doing a fashion show on the season finale for her brand. And
Uh-huh.
Ring My Bell, we did all of the hair and makeup for Sutton's fashion show for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for her clothing line, her Sutton clothing line.
Did you get a little promo from that? Did they show like your
Yeah,
logo and stuff?
they
Yeah.
sure did. Yeah, they showed the girls, and Sutton, she took pictures with all of them, and she loved. I mean, we did a great job. My girls are very, very talented, and we have so many. One of the things that happened where in especially LA and New York, not that they're not super talented everywhere, but especially in LA and New York, people find this hard to believe, but it's true. We have a lot of A-list celebrity artists that work for us.
Mhm.
And how that happened was we had a Hollywood strike. I don't know if you remember the Hollywood strike when, anyway, the
I remember
business,
the writer's strike that
yeah,
happened.
we had a
Yeah.
whole Hollywood strike, and it
Mhm.
was the industry hasn't totally come back yet, but I would get, resumes and stuff from Kelly Clarkson's personal makeup artist, or like one of Nicole Kidman's, or crazy, crazy things. And
Yeah.
I would say, looking at these resumes, like, you guys have Emmys, like, you really want to work it? And they go, listen, I'm driving for Uber, or I'm doing post or whatever, and I'd
Yeah.
much rather do makeup for you. I have a mortgage, and the industry's not back
Yeah.
yet. So people are really shocked at the level of talent that comes to their house. Like, the before and afters, we don't doctor them. That's really how great our girls are. Our girls are excellent, and the Real Housewives use our girls all the time. So we
Yeah.
have top tier talent. Really great.
Well, you do see on the housewife show a lot, that they are wherever they are, they're getting their hair and their makeup done. And,
Yeah.
the Erica Jane started the whole trend on housewives of traveling with glam, where like wherever she went, her glam would go with her. She'd get them seats on the plane, she'd get them rooms at the hotel. And
I think she might be regretting that financial decision right now. Just saying.
right. Right. I'm just saying, like, you could like go to a town as long as it's, it's served by you guys and be like, okay, well, let me just call up somebody if I know they're gonna be respectful or they're I mean, respected rather in
Yeah.
the industry, then they'll come and they'll do just as great as a job as long
Yeah.
as you can, like, vocalize what you want, you know?
We're not much more than the blow dry bars. And you don't,
Yeah.
we say, listen, we actually, I think you come out ahead because you're not paying for travel, you're not paying for a babysitter, you're not paying for parking, you're not get like just time and money. All you have to do is answer the door with damp hair and a towel for a
Mm.
blowout.
Yeah.
Or clean face, we do your makeup. Updo, just have your hair dry and a spray tan, just answer the door in the robe or if and go nude or a bathing suit or whatever. It's fine. This is a woman on woman business. And the whole time that I've had this business, I can tell you Craig from Southern Charm is a good client of ours, but
Uh-huh.
we don't have a lot of men. So we have some gay men that like spray tans.
Yeah.
We've had a couple bodybuilders that wanted spray tans in Vegas, but 99.999 our clientele are women.
Does Craig get spray tans or is he getting his hair done?
No hair. He does a lot of Craig does a lot of promo for his store, so I feel like they're there just to like powder up his nose and like straighten his hair out a little bit for photo shoots and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he's
funny.
great. Our girls love him. He is so polite, and his team is so wonderful, and he's the best. I mean, and of course, she says, "Can I take a selfie? Can we put it on our Instagram?" And he's not an investor, and he still says yes.
Yeah. I met him one time too. I went to one of his, like, pillow events. Like, I just went and was like, "Hi, can I get a picture?" And, he was totally nice. I was like, "Let's do, we're gonna do, like, just hold the pillow." He goes, "Do you wanna do a boomerang? We could jump up and down." Like, he was coming up with suggestions. I was like, "Okay." You
Yeah,
know?
he's cool. He's really cool. So yeah, we have really. I have like if you wanted to talk about bad people I've dealt with in Hollywood,
Yes, I do.
we
I
could do
do.
another whole episode on that. But I have to say, as far as like the people that I've worked with Bravo, I've been very lucky. We've had great people, and I'm trying to think of who they really do all use us. They really do.
Have you
So
ever had a regular person, hire one of your artists and be like, "I would like the Teresa Giudice at her wedding hair. I would like my hair to be 12 feet high."
no, we don't even have the capability to do that. We don't. I actually, what to be honest, I was afraid to have any. Okay, so I don't watch any of the shows, which I have to say is like amazing because people would say to me, "Oh my goodness, like what's it like dealing with Meredith?" And I'd be like,
Yeah.
"She's like the most lovely, easiest person to deal with." I have no idea. I literally have no idea what you're referencing.
Yeah.
They all have to, I think, act a certain way to keep their jobs on the shows. And I don't watch the shows because I can tell you, I don't deal. We don't have any drama. I wish I could give you some juicy stuff, but I don't have any drama with any of them. They're all lovely. They're professional. They are on time. They're just like at the end of the day, the people that stick around on Bravo and are like good Bravo TV, would you say, or however they're business people. And
Yeah.
Bravo is a business, and staying on that show is a business. So,
Yeah.
the people that I've dealt with have been around for long enough that they get the game and they're kind of they're winning it. They know how to play the game because they're smart. So
Yeah.
they're just smart business people and they know I'm just trying to make them money. I'm trying to grow this business. They're very supportive. They get a fortune to make appearances and things like that, and they want to come and say hi to the fans that support my business because
Mhm.
they're involved in my business and they know it's a small business and they know I don't have $50,000 to pay them to show up and cut a ribbon.
Yeah. Right, right,
So,
right.
so just the fact that they're willing to be part of this like VIP insider perk type thing that speaks volumes because they can go to they can use that hour and make tens and tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
So
they could just answer their cameos or whatever and make so
yeah,
much money, you know?
yeah,
All right, let me ask you about some hair and makeup questions for ladies of a certain age.
yeah.
Um, Spray tans. Okay. I've gotten spray tans. I like a spray tan because I am milky white, and so sometimes you just need a little color.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I'm just like a Jergens lotion mixed with my
Yeah, that's
lotion, and I'm
great.
good. Yeah. The spray tan for me is great, but because I have, like, sunspots on my legs from all the damage that you do to yourself, when you're younger and we laid out with baby oil because we didn't know.
Yeah.
So, sun damage, but what I found with the spray tan is if I have, like, sunspots on my legs, when you do a spray tan, it enhances it and makes it look worse, and now I look like I have, like, leprosy.
Oh, no. Oh,
Do you
Mary, I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I don't know.
Is there a way to avoid that? I was gonna ask you.
I mean, could we? I feel like I'm on. We phone a friend? Reed, is there like a phone a friend I can use for this?
No.
I don't.
No.
I actually do not do this. Perform the services.
Yeah.
Um, we. My beauty director goes with me, and how we do it is, well, Cynthia will put up on her Instagram like, "Hey, Atlanta, Ring My Bell is in your city, and if you're a talented makeup artist or spray tanner or hairstylist, please email them and they'll get back to you." And then I rent an Airbnb for a week, and I bring my beauty director with me, and we have like 4 days where they come and they bring a model or they do the fit. We do the whole thing and they do it all there. And I know what I like and what looks good, but I mean I'm not a professional, so my beauty director will be there, and that's how we do it. So I really don't know. I'm just a normie. I'm a normie.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. Do you have an opinion on ladies of a certain age, of which I'm just trying to like, I am, over 55. What is
You look
our
great. You look very good.
well, I told you beforehand I had to put a little filter on here because,
Oh, yeah, same. We all
it
do.
it
Yeah, no, no, you look wonderful. So
um, what do you think is, like, the biggest beauty mistake? I mean, I see a lot of beauty mistakes on television, especially on, my TLC shows with, like, the giant lashes.
yeah,
Or the makeup is so, like, cakey, and we're all, like, striving to look our best so that we don't look like that, but I do think some of these ladies, housewives, especially on camera, have to wear more makeup than they would in a normal day because you're on camera. So how can like, what do you think is a beauty mistake ladies of a certain age make, besides the giant eyelashes that look insane?
I think that as we get older, it's unfortunately. I mean, I'm due for my facelift. I'm going to go get my face done in January because I can't
Oh,
take it anymore.
I
But
love it.
I think I know. I don't know what this is rated, but I said I put eyeshadow on now, and I feel like it's putting it on like a man's ball sack, and it's not good. So we can't. I need to, I need to lift everything up. This is just like, so I think like less is more. And foundation. I feel like foundation really can aid you with more mature skin because it
Yeah.
goes into the creaks and the cracks. But I am the worst as far as like natural. I wrote beauty for a long time. I wrote for Harper's Bazaar. And I have been in the beauty industry for like 26 years. There's a product out that we work with that I love a lot called Mimosa Lane, and
Okay.
it is a so like you were saying, this makes me think. So the woman that created Mimosa Lane, it's really cool. She was an esthetician for a long time, and she put self tanner in the face serum.
Mm.
So you know how spray tans can dry you out, and
Yes.
yeah, so this has like vitamin D and vitamin C and all these anti-aging things in it, but also it gives you a really nice glow. So
Okay.
sometimes we have our makeup artists use that on people before, and it only takes a minute to dry. So sometimes we have our makeup artists use that on people as a primer, because then when they wash their face at the end of the evening, their event, and take it makeup off, they're left with like a nice healthy glow.
Okay.
I
Alright.
I really like that Mimosa Lane serum with the self tanner in it. I think it's really amazing. I wish I had a
Well, you
code.
sent me you sent me a huge bag of stuff, so I wonder if that's in there. I'll have to go
Yeah,
look.
yeah. I hope it is because it's fantastic.
When I get my makeup done, I'm gonna bring the lashes that you sent me.
Are you going to bring Viva Lash Vegas, the night ones or the day ones?
Day ones. I gotta wear day lashes even in the nighttime because I have little tiny beady, little possum eyes. So I have to, wear small
Not,
lashes. It won't look
why are
good.
we all, we're like so mean about ourselves. Your eyes
I
are
know.
beautiful. We're awful. Stop that, Mary Payne. Like, don't talk about yourself like that.
I
And
know. I have to.
how did you get into this? Now, what is your favorite Bravo show?
Well, I would say, right now, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is my favorite, but in the past, it was always Vanderpump Rules, which now has moved into the Valley. But I love all the housewives. I watch all of them. I've watched every single one, every single episode, every single season. But right now, it's Salt Lake City, and I met Meredith and Brooks at BravoCon 2 years ago, and they were very nice, very nice.
She's so beautiful, isn't she? She's so beautiful. That's the thing too. These women, they really look great in person as well. Like they're
Yeah, and
like,
you don't see in person, they don't look like they have on that cakey makeup. I mean, a little, sometimes you see them and then you look in the pictures and it doesn't look like that.
yeah, yeah,
That's why, like, when I'm getting my makeup done, I'm always like, "Oh my god, now I look like a full drag queen." Like, "No, I promise, in the pictures you won't."
you won't, right? You
And then
won't.
you don't. And I guess that's the trick of a good makeup artist to make you like where you look so great in the pictures.
Yeah, you always camera makeup is always heavier. So the camera's rough. I mean, with makeup, it's more flattering, and it always puts 10 pounds on you.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You're like, "God, I left the house feeling pretty good, but dang."
and you stand next to these people, and they're like, I hate it because we do photo shoots, and they show up, and I'm like, oh God, I was having like a good day, and they're all skinny. They're all really skinny.
And tall. Everybody's tall. There are a few that aren't very tall. Angie K from Salt Lake City, she's very short. I met her 2 years ago as well, but most of them are like Cynthia Bailey is like glamazon, like
Yeah,
tall and well, she's a
a
model,
model.
a
Yeah,
model.
yeah.
Same with Luann, a model. Um, okay, so that was okay. What about treatments and like at-home devices? What's your thought on that? I mean, if you used to write about the beauty industry,
Yeah.
it
I
seems like
was
there's
kind of
just
like
such a
America's guinea pig. So
I love that.
I had so I would do treatments. Okay, so I mean, I was before Instagram, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I did a story called "I'm a size zero and I had liposuction," and I ended up
Okay.
talking about it on Good Morning America because the article. So I wrote about it for Harper's Bazaar. I'm a size zero and I had liposuction, and it went like my stomach was a bigger story than ISIS. Like everybody, my stomach was everywhere because the article was about that. I was this article was more than 10 years ago, but I was really a small person everywhere except my stomach. Like,
Uh-huh.
and so I would go to the dry cleaners or the nail salon or, wherever, and people would always congratulate me on my baby,
Oh my
which
god.
I
Okay.
know, which was fine, but I wasn't pregnant, right?
Right,
And
right,
then
okay.
I would actually have people argue with me where I go, oh, I just put weight there. And they go, oh, no, girl, you're pregnant. Like, you're pregnant. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So then I did all of this. I worked out. I did the whole thing, only protein. I stayed away from alcohol. I did everything. And then everything else got really tighter. And then my stomach looked even bigger. So I was like, this is horrible. So I went to, and so Good Morning America, actually, they brought on a doctor that said I wasn't crazy, that some
Mhm.
people put fat on. Okay, so some people put fat where it sits on the muscle, kind of like how I'm really lucky with this like double chin thing here too. Like that's why I want to get everything picked up. Is like you can exercise all day long,
Yeah.
but you're not getting rid of your double like this. When we get old, I'm sorry, a lot of us are
Yes.
gonna get this turkey thing, and you can
Yes.
thank your parents for that.
Yeah, yeah,
Apparently,
yeah.
same thing with some people that put weight on in their stomach, like above the muscle. Like I could have sat there and done like, you know, sit-ups all day, and there was nothing that they could do except just if I want to get rid of it, sorry. They just sucked it
Mhm.
up. So that is what I wrote the story about because it was just like, so of course that went viral because I sounded like a total lunatic because what kind of size zero person gets liposuction? So that was,
Right.
but I mean, I've done all sorts of things, and I don't, everybody's going to get mad at me because I don't think they work. I really don't. And they say, well, what about the late microneedling? I think the microneedling does do a lot of stuff for discoloration and age spots and all that. But I've done I've done the lasers, and I've done it,
Mhm.
and I think unfortunately, you just gotta. I'm sorry. I think we just have. You just. I don't. I wish I could tell you there's a magic laser out there that's going to take 10 years off you, but I don't think there is, or I haven't found it yet. You know.
I just did, a couple of weeks ago, I did a laser and it's called some kind of IPL and then a cool peel. And I mean, literally, it's practically the price of a BravoCon ticket to get it done. But it's crazy because then my skin, which is normally very freckly, there's like no freckles. It's like starting fresh.
Oh yeah,
And
they
then
burn it right off, right? Like
it
that's
just burn it all off.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. I think that no, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think those things work for like texture and
Yeah.
age spots and things like that. But as far as like
It's not going to lift your
with
skin
my
up.
jowls, yeah, that
No.
stuff. It's like, and that's what bothers me is my, the jowls on the neck and all that jazz. So
Well, I think it was Nora Ephron that wrote a book, I Feel Bad About My Neck, right? And it's like when she got to a certain age, everybody's sitting around and their little collars are all trying to hide their neck, you know? And you go and I mean, I go and I get Botox and stuff and they do it all everywhere, but it's like still, I've still got the stuff. I've still got the stuff and I will take a surgery in a heartbeat. I don't care. I'm like,
in
I'll
a
do it.
heartbeat, in a heartbeat, and that's so. At least, and you know what I have to say? Like I said, I don't watch the shows, but I do know. I read page 6 like it's going out of style. Like
Yeah. Okay.
I hit refresh on page 6 like constantly, so I know like who's being robbed, who's declaring bankruptcy.
You're right. Yeah.
Like well, page 6 writes about it. I get it. So I do think it is refreshing. Actually, one of the things about Housewives is, for better or worse, they have normalized facelifts and they've normalized, whatever. Like that Shannon, the one that you spoke
Yeah.
about, how she was talking, I believe that's the one with the facelift that got into like, I know, because she was like suing someone for not paying for, some crazy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's Shannon Beador and John Jansen. Yes. He
So
paid for her facelift and then he sued her for the money back, but they were dating at the time and yeah, yeah, yeah.
20 years ago, no one would even admit that they had a facelift. And then,
Yeah.
and that's why when I was doing the stuff for Harper's or anything really, I was really honest about it, about the lipo and this, because it's just, I don't think it's fair when, especially women in the public eye, like how, J Lo is like, oh, I just woke up like this. Well, I mean, come on. So I just think like is it should we all accept ourselves and be happy, and beauty is within, and they say yes, beauty comes from within. It comes from within, like powders and packages and whatever. But no, really, sure, should we all have it be beautiful on the inside and that should be enough? Sure. However,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
all we know, and I think that there is something somewhat refreshing that they are very honest about the procedures that they get, so that you're not someone that is so watches these people. And Bravo's given an audience, for women in their late 50s and 60s, and I think Patricia's probably almost 80. I hope.
Right. Uh-huh.
And when NBC and when they used to talk about shows for old people, they meant shows that were people were over the age of 35 on them. I mean, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you think yeah, you're right. And I do love that about our ladies on Bravo because I'm always like, these people are my same age. Now
Yeah,
granted, I don't have access to Kyle Richards type money, but I can
you
get
have
my
ring my
makeup
bell
done or
money. You have ring my bell
right.
money.
I do. I do. Yeah, again, that was a good point you made at the beginning. Like you may not have the $25,000 or Maybach, but you can get your makeup done and look cute for a night, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And again, like your point was how many of them do as well. Okay, but let's talk about this. Okay, so Ring My Bell is going to do my makeup for the BravoCon event that I'm having on Saturday, November 15th with Ryan Bailey. That's when I'm going to have my makeup done. I'll be sure to tag you and all that. I'm very excited about it. I've had my makeup done professionally a couple of times, and I'm the kind I don't like how they turn you away from the mirror so you can't look.
Uh-huh,
I don't
uh-huh.
like that, but I know they have to do that so you don't, like me, comment the whole time.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I also like to
I'll
watch
put
the
it in the notes that you're a commenter. I'll put it in
I
the
have a
notes.
commenter, and I don't like a lot of makeup, and whenever they do it, I'm always like, "Oh, we're gonna have to take it down. We're gonna have to take it down." Like, I don't like a lot of makeup.
So how our business works, we can't do this if somebody orders, like 1 day in advance. And I have to say, even though we are like on demand, and I don't know why I ever did that because it's so much stress, but even though we are on demand, I would say most people order like a week in advance, which is
Yeah.
great. It's
When you
great.
know you have something. Yes,
Yeah,
right.
it's great.
Yeah.
Because then what happens is my assistant, like 2 days before the appointment, she sends you an email just confirming everything. And she says, please respond with a picture of what you look like and what you would
Mm.
like to look like. And then once we have that, before the stylist gets to your house,
Uh-huh.
we the stylist knows what you look like and what you would like to look like, which is like it just helps our stylists. Those bags are heavy, what it like so they know
Yeah.
exactly. They don't want to get somewhere and have somebody say, I was really looking for, X, Y, and Z. And we want to make sure that we have everything completely prepared. So like we will reach out to Mary Payne and say, what is like your goal to look like that night, and make sure that we deliver on it. We don't like surprise.
Okay.
And then at the end of and some people hate this, and I'm sorry, but your stylist gets in trouble if they don't do it, because it takes 2 seconds. We just have a survey that says like, are you happy?
Yeah.
And then it goes back to our company, and it just makes us, it keeps us, on our toes, because every stylist, we actually, our reviews are excellent. Like I said, we have excellent reviews. But if something is not excellent, we want to know, because we want to make
Mhm.
sure that we have a really great company and that we provide really great service.
Yeah.
Casey used us for her daughter's prom, and she was thrilled. So that made me happy,
Yeah.
and especially we have a pretty exclusive, even though our prices aren't crazy, we're not cheap. We're not bargain basement. Okay, we're not, but we're not like so cost prohibitive that you're like, oh my god, I could never use this service, because our blowouts are $115, and that
Mhm.
includes everything. And I think the blowout bars now are all about 100. And then again, you don't need a babysitter. You don't need to pay
You don't have to
for
go anywhere.
parking.
Do
You don't have to
you?
go anywhere. You're paying for convenience. And by the way, I don't know if you've been to the grocery store lately, but that's like a bag of groceries. So, right. So we want to make it so that it is something that you feel is really worth it,
Yeah.
because I have to say, our client retention is very high. We have people that use us, some of them, like, we're in wealthy areas. We're in Greenwich, Connecticut. We're in Palm Beach. We're in Scottsdale. And we have some women that do use us once a week. So,
Right, because they can. Right.
because they can, yeah.
But most people like me, I will do it like once a year for like a big event if I know there's got to be pictures, or if it's like a wedding or anything like that, and that's interesting asking you about weddings too, because like at my niece's wedding a few years ago, they had like 4 makeup artists there. And so the bridesmaids could come in, and then like us as like the aunts, like we could go in, and at the last minute they just kind of popped some lashes on us and helped us so we didn't look so washed out. So it's and those lashes were crazy. I remember thinking like, these lashes are too big. And then I look at the pictures. I'm like, I shouldn't have
They
done
were
that.
great. No, really? I thought you were going to say
Yeah, they were
you
just
were
for
like,
me. I think they probably looked great in the pictures, but to me, I was like, I look like I have butterflies that landed on my face. So
yeah.
I will when you guys call me a couple days before, I'll let you know. Like I'm kind of like a natural looking
We're gonna
girl,
ask
but
you for a picture. So she's gonna email you, and then
okay,
you respond with either a picture of yourself where you're like, I looked amazing in this picture.
here,
You
yes,
send that. Or if you have a celebrity or just somebody off the internet that you say, I like this glowy look, or I like this smoky look, right? So, because everybody's definition of everything is a little different. So if you have a
right,
picture that says 1,000 words, we know what we're looking at. We know what you want. There's not any miscommunication. We can see it right there. And then also you can like reference it and go, I screenshotted this and I replied to the email with this, but actually looking at it now, do you have anything that's maybe a little more nude for my lip, or a little, I would say our most popular, and I hate to say it because I'm so sick of them, but it's still the same thing. Like I still get, and I say, okay, what do you want to look like? And 9 times out of 10, it's a picture of Kim Kardashian.
I was just have to say it's got to be a
It
Kardashian,
is.
right?
It
Yeah.
is. It always is. I'm always like, oh, great, here we go. Like there, and here's the best part too, is they'll say, I just want something supernatural. And I'm like, all right, amazing. Just send me the picture of what you want to look like. And then they literally send a picture of Kim Kardashian who has spent in hair and makeup for probably 8 hours when they send the picture. I'm like, all right. So that's why we need the picture, because everybody's definition of natural apparently is different.
Yeah, right. Right. That's so funny. Yeah. I would like to look natural like Kim Kardashian. Listen, she's a beautiful girl. Just like
Yeah,
J-Lo. J-Lo just no drinking and 8 hours of sleep, and that's how she looks as good as she does, right?
sure.
Sure, she does. Don't hang up, but everybody make sure you're following Ring My Bell with an L with an with an L. Ring
Oh,
My
it's
Bell
Ring
with
My
an
Bell
E.
Co. Ring My
Yeah.
Bell Co. on Instagram. And we're going to
Yes.
start doing giveaways and things like that too, you know? But like
Yeah.
I said, we will not be posting the time that the housewives will be at our booth. You have to order for that because we are not
You'll have to have
looking.
the appointment. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to stampede, and we want a really like VIP experience, and you're not going to get that if it's a whole, cluster.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So everybody go to ringmybell.co with an E on Instagram, and you'll see all the information there about how to sign up. And I will see you at BravoCon as well.
Ringmybell.com to book your appointments, and our Instagram is at @ringmybellco.
Yeah.
Thank you so
And
much, Mary.
you'll see all the housewives there and all the gorgeous pictures and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was lovely to meet you. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you soon.
I know. I'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thanks, Mary.